This is Tucker from Acceleration Fitness and Sports Performance, and I heard your comments. You guys want to know about squats. So what we're going to do is we're going to break it up into two segments. We'll do technique and some tips on some of the faults that people make with squats this week, and then next week we'll talk more about weighted squats and front squats. Right? Now, proper squat technique, right? Ginger's going to come down, she's going to push her knees out on the way out, she's going to keep her heels flat on the floor, and she's going to have a nice straight back core is nice and tight. As she drives up, she keeps those knees pushed out, keeps those heels flat, and she opens at the top. Biggest mistake people make with squats, when they come down in their depth, they begin to bring their knees in as they come up, right? Creating a lot of pressure on that lower back. So Ginger comes back down again, we always want to keep those knees out as she comes up. Right? The second biggest mistake people make, as they come down and they come back up, they bring their heels off the floor. That puts a lot of pressure on that front and that back right there. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to work on some technique. So we're going to come up, you just find yourself a board, and what we're going to do is we're going to focus on shortening this calf right here, because when she comes down into that squat, it allows her to put that pressure on that heel where she's not able to do that on the floor. Right? As she comes back up, she comes back down, that allows her back to be nice and safe. Okay? If you don't have a board, you can use 2 5-pound plates. And she, again, what we're trying to do is shorten that calf as she comes down. That allows her to stay nice and tight, back straight, core tight as she comes back up. She's going to come right back down again. Again, she's pushing all of her weight into that heel, which she was not able to do on the floor. Okay? Now, when she comes forward, right, when we talk about when she comes forward on those knees, she's gotten a lot better using the board and the plates. So her next step is she's going to use this plate, she's going to put it out in front of her. That allows her to balance. Now she can put all that pressure on the floor right here on the heel by using that weight as a balance. She's keeping her back straight and her core tight, keeping her knees out. As she comes right back up, using that balance. Okay, thanks, Chief. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to work on keeping those knees pushed out. Like we talked about with one of those mistakes, people bring their knees in. So Ginger's going to put this band on the outside of her knees. As she comes down, she's going to focus on keeping that band nice and tight. That's really going to work on pushing those knees out. It allows her to have some muscle memory. As she comes back up, she comes back down. Again, she's focusing on pushing that band, making it nice and tight, putting a lot of tension there, and that helps her keep those knees out. All right? Now, when she gets better at that, we're going to walk over here to the bar. You can use any type of bar. She's going to put her hands here, and she's going to work on pushing her hands into the bar. That allows her to keep those knees flat, and again, it gives her a balance point. So she's really focusing on keeping her back straight, her core tight, her heels are nice and flat like we worked on before, and now she's pushing those knees out and she's able to balance as she comes back up and back down. One more time, G. Good, and back up. Now, final step. We're just going to use a target. Again, she's